Well, I started out as a nurse and quickly realised that I wasn't great at the whole nursing politics. I tended to care too much, cut fingernails, brush hair, wasted all my time caring. So that wasn't really the right sort of career for me. And all of a sudden, I got into sales in companies like Pura Milk, with selling Sunny Boys and Premas to primary schools. And then started negotiating milk deals with the mafia, and then went to Coca-Cola, big brand, and then went traveling for a whole year. And I came back and landed in my first recruitment job, recruiting IT professionals. And that's where I stayed in my career until I experienced both internal and agency style recruitment, and then ended up in HR tech. Never looked back. It's certainly more of a challenge, but I really love learning and really solving problems using technology. So that's where I am today. I think getting to where I am now was all about getting restless in my previous position. So I kind of always seemed to, feel like I needed something new, feel like I wasn't learning enough or adding enough value in my role. And then naturally, organically, it started me to get itchy feet. And that's kind of how I got to where I am, really, by continuous learning, I suppose. The best advice, I think, would be intuitive with yourself. So really look internal and feel what feels right to you, and then go for it. So best advice came from a good friend of mine and an incredible coach, David Carmen. Always trusts in your internal belief in yourself and your intuition. So great advice for career choice. But in terms of worst advice I've ever been told in a sales role is to be transactional. Think about the sale only. Don't think about what happens after the sale. To me, wasn't a great fit, or it was terrible advice. If you are a business developer or a growth expert and you're only thinking about that first initial sale, you're going to be doomed, because churn is a thing that exists and can potentially ruin everything that you've worked so hard for. So you've always got to think with the end in mind, and making sure that 12 months is a happy experience for a client and that they're going to renew. So always think with the end in mind. I wish I knew all about qualification. Qualifying a client and to really understand the problem is the most important thing as a salesperson you need to know. Really be clear on what the problem is, and then you can help that client solve the problem with the technology solution that you have. But you've got to be prepared to say that your technology is not the right solution either, when you know that this is probably a huge mistake that I wouldn't wish on anybody. But being in a startup, you're super excited about what you're achieving in your business, and you're excited about the next client coming on board. You're excited about going to the next conference and sharing your wares. But the biggest mistake is diving deep in, forgetting your friends and family around you, and just allowing that startup to consume you. I don't think anything is that important to stop being you in whether it's a relationship or a family. Unfortunately, I went through a separation in my third year in a startup, and it's really impacted me both personally and professionally. But my recommendation, if I had it all again, maybe I was with the wrong guy, but still, I probably would have had a little bit more me time. It's a bit of a touchy subject for a lot of early stage founders, because you do dive boots and all in. I don't know that saying, but You get what I mean. And just remember to have you time. It's really important because you don't want to lose yourself. Yeah, that's probably the biggest mistake I made. The key to my success would have to be being authentic. I just don't think you can be successful and have this persona that's not really you. So warts and all, I do wear my heart on my sleeve, but I'm also a realist. I think you have to be honest with yourself, with your clients, with your team, and do what you can, love what you do, be passionate about what you do, believe in what you do. And I think those attributes in a person, you're very likely to be successful.